Oh, and I just want to shout out Nikki Nicole really quick. Thank you so much. You probably saved Lamine Yamal and therefore saved our 3 points. Let's go. It was a hard fought 3 points. It wasn't the easiest 3 points, but it's 3 points nonetheless. And it's a step in the right direction. Let's go. Barca versus Elche finished 3-1 today on November the 2nd, Sunday. It was a kind of a frustrating game. It wasn't really a straightforward win for us. There were times where we played extremely well, and there were times where there were a lot of questions to be asked, in my opinion. So let's get into it. I thought Barcelona started off the game really well. We saw the hunger and the want to actually put in a strong performance after the losses we've been suffering over the last month in October, and especially the demoralizing defeat against Madrid. We needed a strong performance. We needed to come back. And I thought Barcelona started the game really well. It reminded me of what we used to see last season, where the press was like really strong. We were making decisive passes. We were attacking relentlessly, and that resulted in two early goals. Now, what was interesting about those two early goals is that it was very reminiscent of what I saw last season. We were really strangling the other team with our press, and that forced them to make a lot of errors. And if you've noticed, both those goals came from turnovers in defensive position. The right back plays a bad pass. Balde capitalizes on it. He makes a great run, great pass into Lamine Yamal, and Lamine does the rest. He finishes it off. We know he's going on his left foot. He finishes it off. 1-0 Barcelona. The second goal, again, the centre back slips in possession. Fermin Lopez capitalizes on it, makes a great run, picks up the ball and makes a great run towards the goal and lays it off easily for Ferran Torres. Those two turnovers, guys, were not because Elche were like bad. In fact, they're really good in possession. They're a team that has the third highest possession in La Liga after Real Madrid and Barcelona. It was because of the pressure that was being put on them because of our press. And that was something that we used to see really often last season where teams used to make mistakes and we're already pouncing on the ball. It was nice to see that today. It was nice to see intensity in press that we were missing all season long for that brief stint in the first half. But then again, we got a bit complacent, and we've been seeing this throughout the season at Barcelona. There are times that we go up and we score like one goal or two goal, and then the intensity just drops drastically. And that's what happened again. We allowed Elche to have possession of the ball, to make passes like they usually do. They are a team that plays with possession, and they caught us out multiple times again. And I know that's how the defensive highline is designed, but there were some questionable things to talk about. First of all, with the new offside rule, you're supposed to play the possession until the ball is dead. And sometimes center backs and running backs anticipate that it's going to be an offside position, and so they slack off the play. That's exactly what Araujo did today. He could have closed down Rafa Mir, gone closer to him, cut off the angle for him to curl the ball around him entirely. And I thought he was just very complacent. I think he thought that this possession of play was going to be called as an offside. Rafa Mir started his run in his own half. These are the small sorts of things that prevents him from becoming a starting centre back at Barcelona. He puts in some great performances. He puts in some great tackles, some goal-saving tackles in the El Clasico. I arguably stopped a goal by Mbappe. He does all these great things on the field, and then for some reason there are these lapses in concentration that allow him to make these small mistakes here and there which result in a goal, or he'll give up a penalty, or he'll like get a stupid red card. Something keeps going on with Araujo. I just think it's these mistakes that make him, in my eyes, not suitable to be a first choice centre back at Barcelona. And we really need to explore getting a centre back in the off season. Coming back to our attacking play, I mean, contrary to what the commentators were saying in the game, I actually thought even throughout the first half we were creating chances. Yes, it was a bit untidy. It wasn't that great to watch, but we were getting a lot of shots off. Some of those shots could have ricocheted the other way and resulted in a goal, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. I do think we were more attacking today. We certainly created way more chances. Let's look at the stats here. Yeah, look, we actually had 17 shots and we had 5 shots on target. We had 11 shots inside the box. Usually, if you look at Barcelona this season, we haven't had a lot of high quality shots, and usually we tend to settle for shots outside the box. But today we had 11 shots inside the box, which is more than the shots that we had outside the box. So that's something which I thought was different. We were way more dynamic in attack today, and that was a good sign. I just want to take a moment to acknowledge Fermin Lopez. The second he got subbed off for Dani Olmo, our attacking fluidity just dropped. It just like dropped massively. Fermin is somebody who keeps looking to do something, and if you've noticed, he never has a quiet game. It's very rare for Fermin Lopez to have a quiet game where he's not doing anything. Today as well, he was looking to make passes. He was looking to score when he had the ball. And every time he had the ball, his first instinct is to just run forward. And that is something we really need on our team. Fermin brings such a good flavor to our attack. And let's not mince our words here. He is our starting cam for this season. Again, I've been seeing some criticism about Rashford. Even though his output is really good, his goals and assists, there is a school of thought out there that he's not really decisive in games the way Rafinha was. Rafinha usually creates a lot of big chances, and he's always a threat even in big matches where the game is like close. I really think Rashford is a really good player. He's having a great season at Barcelona, and I'll tell you why. I think every team needs one player who's a threat every single time he runs with the ball. Like defenders have to converge on him and stop his run. He's constantly looking to shoot the ball as well. He takes a lot of shots, yes. Some of his shots arguably could be passed off to another player for a better shooting chance. I get all that. But he's the only one in Barcelona, apart from probably Fermin Lopez, who dares to take shots no matter what. When he gets the ball at the edge of the box or on the left wing, he's looking to cut inside and shoot. There's not that many players on Barcelona right now who are willing to do that, who are willing to just take a chance, shoot, and see what happens. That is an important thing in any attack. Sometimes these speculative efforts do result in goals, and we need players like that. So Fermin and Rashford bring those efforts, bring those that shot hungry mentality and that goal scoring mentality that we really need in the final third and in our attack as well. Lamine Yamal started off the game really well. He scored a goal and he was constantly like dribbling, passing the ball off, trying to create chances. But then as the game waned on, he seemed to he's becoming quieter and quieter as the game goes on. And maybe he's still becoming fit, maybe he's unfit, nobody really knows. As he gets some more games under his belt and his confidence keeps growing, hopefully Lamine Yamal can be back to his best and show the world why he is Lamine Yamal. Coming to our possession of the ball, I thought we were very untidy in possession today, and there was a spell between the 65th minute and like the 80th minute where Elche was dominating our possession. We weren't able to string passes together. We weren't able to make those runs from midfield. And Elche was recovering the ball a lot, especially in our half. In our half where we're supposed to defend and keep the possession. Something that's synonymous with Barcelona, controlling the game with possession. We weren't able to do that. And Elche, I thought, like easily getting the ball from us, dispossessing our midfielders pretty easily, apart from Frankie de Jong, who played phenomenally today, by the way. Everybody else is losing the ball, and that created a lot of chances for Elche. Rafa Mir hit the post twice, I think, and I think their other striker, Andre Silva, hit the post once as well. And so you could argue that if those had gone in, this would have been a completely different game. And I just think that sometimes our defensive line just breaks down. Nobody really knows what to do. Nobody knows who to cover. All in all, I think it was a good performance without Rafinha, without Pedri, two of the three biggest players on this team, let's be honest. I think we're getting on the right track, guys. Hopefully we have a string of easier games coming up. We have a game against Club Brugge in the Champions League this week, and then on the weekend we face Celta Vigo. We have a few more games to iron out these errors, after which they'll start becoming costly. We don't want to go into the game against Chelsea with our defense looking like this, so hopefully we have these two games to iron out these deficiencies, iron out these errors, and it's looking good. I like the way we're recovering after that horrible month in October, and let's go onward and upward. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this content, please like, share, and subscribe. That would do a lot for me. And I'll see you in the next one. Visca Barca.